What's up everybody, Cutroneo here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is video number 34 in my video progress series on Roland Dyens Saudade No. 3. So what you just heard was my run-through of the piece for today. I haven't practiced, haven't picked up the guitar, and this is sort of how I start test driving my pieces as I get closer and closer to performances. So from this performance, there were a few things happening. I'm still experimenting with things, and one could argue that, you know, maybe the performance isn't the right time to experiment with those things, but you know, these are all just run-throughs. You know, I'm sort of letting you in on my process, and these are things that I am doing within my preparation of the piece. Starting off, I definitely need to work on the opening section of the piece, and something that I'm going to be doing starting today, running up to the performance later this week, is I'm going to be actually taking this opening, especially this opening lick, and I'm going to be doing that 10 times a day in a sitting, just sort of randomly while I'm doing stuff at my computer or while I'm, you know, in between teaching and things like that, just to get used to popping that opening. It's such an integral part of the start of the piece. It is the start of the piece, and if I feel a little bit uncomfortable with that opening, the rest of the, or with that section, the rest of the opening is really going to suffer, I feel, for it. So the point of doing that 10 times isn't to do it 10 times perfectly, but it's just to get used to just starting it over and over again, and starting it cold, and just keeping track a little bit of how long it takes me to sort of get myself set up for that. In addition to that, keeping up my excerpt practice, that's really important. Making sure that all of those pieces that I have difficulty with, that I am continuing to just touch upon, not necessarily every day, but over the course of a week or a handful of practices, getting through those things. Moving forward and moving ahead, some of the fingering changes that I had made in the previous days are starting to come through, and some of them are a little inconsistent. So I'll make sure that I'm continuing to refine those changes and make sure that they are the changes that I want to be doing. Areas of the piece that I was kind of pleasantly surprised with. I know that in the past 2 videos that I've done of the dance section, that I've sort of complained about the fact that I can't remember my dynamics and what I'm doing musically. I thought that this performance was way more successful in creating those colors. Even if they're not 100%, I'm at least remembering them along the way. The third section, I did change one thing, which was this strumming. Getting that just allows it to move a little bit better than sort of this banjo-y sort of down, up, down, down, up. That, while that helps with the triplets, it does sort of, that double down strum really quickly does make it a little awkward. So just doing down and up with my index finger, I seem to have a little bit more control. I need to work that into actually playing. In my last video that I did, which was working on this section, I also talked about having more space in between certain sections. And I did try and do that in this performance to varying levels of success. Definitely something that I'm going to be continuing to reinforce as we go on. My practice leading up to the June 30th live stream is going to pretty much be the same. Nothing crazy going on practice-wise, just more reinforcement. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't done so already, please hit that thumbs up button. It's greatly appreciated. And if you haven't done so, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell notification button so that way you get notified every time I release content. And I'll see you guys in the next video.